We're joined now by Matt Lewis of the Daily Caller, who's also the author of The Quotable Rogue, a new book about Sarah Palin that is on bookshelves right now. Matt, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So the Des Moines Register poll had everybody in a tizzy over the weekend, coming just 36 hours before Michelle Bachmann announces her campaign there in Iowa. What do you make of that? You know, she's in this statistical dead heat with Mitt Romney. What do you think about her as a force in Iowa, and can she pull off the caucuses in 224 days?
Absolutely. I think Michelle Bachmann definitely could win. I think that the fact that she's born in Iowa and the fact that she won't let you forget she was born in Iowa speaks to her her discipline, and the fact that she's sort of repeating things. I mean, she talks about her experience as a tax attorney. She was very on message during the debate, and I think she's going to appeal to folks in Iowa. So I think she is for real, absolutely.
All right, so Matt, there's another person heading to Iowa tomorrow. This woman named Sarah Palin. You might know of her.
Oh, yeah.
Coincidence that she's there just a day after Michelle Bachmann is announcing her candidacy? And should we read anything into Sarah Palin as candidate?
I don't think you can. I don't think you can read much into it. And I think that anybody who tells you that they know what Sarah Palin is going to do is either lying to you or they're just egotistical, because nobody knows. And that's part of her appeal. That's part of her rogue brand and her image, is that you really can't predict what she's going to do. And she's going to attract media attention. That is the one thing I think we can predict.
Matt, you've seen the film. You said it could be a game changer for Sarah Palin. So do you think, I know we can't predict what she's going to do, but perhaps we see the reaction, we see the media attention she gets, that how much of a factor that is in her calculations over the next couple weeks on whether she'll enter the race?
Yeah, it's really interesting, this culmination of three things: the movie, The Undefeated, the release of Sarah Palin's emails, and then my book, which actually talks about her quotes in an unfiltered way. I think this is an interesting culmination. Obviously, it wasn't planned, but for whatever reason, all of a sudden, all of this positive information is coming out about Sarah Palin. And if you look through the emails that were released as her time as governor, as Politico reported, you know, she was much less partisan than people think, much smarter than people think. We're seeing a new Sarah Palin, and if you go to see that movie, The Undefeated, the same thing you're going to see is this is a lady who had an 88% approval rating as governor of Alaska. She is quite remarkable.
All right, just in the last 30 seconds we have here, the Bachmann-Palin comparisons get made anytime they show up anywhere together. Is it a fair comparison?
I think it is, not because they're both women, because frankly, you know, I wouldn't compare Lisa Murkowski to Michelle Bachmann, but I think Palin and Bachmann are similar. They're both conservative. I think they can both appeal to evangelicals and populists in the Tea Party. But I also think they would potentially both be fighting for Iowa. And if Sarah Palin gets in the race, it's going to be a battle for Iowa between Bachmann and Palin. I think the comparison's legit, actually.
All right. Thanks, Matt Lewis, the author of yes, at the Daily Caller. You can get him also the author of The Quotable Rogue.